everybody. Welcome back. Folks, my next guest is the governor of the great state of North Carolina. Please welcome to The Late Show, Governor Josh Stein. Good to see you.
Thank you.
I'm from South Carolina. You're from North Carolina. You're so close to the right Carolina. First of all, thanks for coming up to New York to chat with me.
Happy to do it.
While your wife, is Anna?
Anna, yes.
Anna, here
wonderful.
she is. She's off kicking off summer, right?
I love it.
What's going on here? Where is she right now?
She is near Boone, North Carolina. She's on a river.
Okay.
Today, it's about opening up business in Western North Carolina to tourists. We want all of America to know.
8 months after Helene.
Hurricane Helene was unbelievably devastating. I mean, it's really hard until you've been there to imagine the scale of the devastation. $60 billion in damage. Folks have stepped up to help each other. We have to step up just like they've stepped up for each other. One of the things that happens in Western North Carolina, and actually before I do that, I want to thank you, because after the storm, you talked about it, you encouraged people to donate. Your viewers from across the country gave millions of dollars. And it's not the first time. Not the first time you've done that. You may remember a certain book. Whose boat is this boat?
I do remember that. I do remember that. Well, I love North Carolina. I mean, you've got your barbecue, but other than that, we'll get into that later. But I especially love Western North Carolina. Charleston's got a big connection with Western North Carolina.
I know it.
I love that area. Flat Rock, Hendersonville, Tryon, Asheville, all of that. Just a gorgeous part of it. The Green River, the French Broad. I love fishing up there. Everybody should go. Go to Western North Carolina this summer. You're going to absolutely love it. And you'll help the state at the same time.
That's what we're asking. Anna was up there to remind people it is open for business. It is among the most beautiful places in this country. What we want is, if you've been there, you know it, so come and have fun. If you've never been, you will have the best time. And talk about a great way to help people, to have great time. Restaurants, the breweries, everything you could possibly want. Come to West
Stop by
North
Mud Dabbers in Brevard.
Brevard, North
which is
Carolina.
a pottery shop that I stop by when I'm up there. This is not a paid endorsement. I just want you to know. I'm not a sponsor of the show, but if you go there, tell them I sent you, and you will get 0 discount. That's Mud Dabbers.
That is off of Island
Brevard.
Ford Road in Brevard.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Now, the Trump administration has considered eliminating the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Now, as a governor in a state that relies on FEMA, especially in this case, what happens to states in times of crisis like this if FEMA is eliminated or even downsized?
So after a storm, there's complete chaos. There was no transportation, no communications, no water, no electricity, houses destroyed, businesses washed away, trees on top of people's properties. If a state has to create afresh an entire emergency response, it is not going to work. What we know is that there will be a natural disaster in the United States somewhere this year, but it may not hit South Carolina for 5 years or 7 years. That's why we have the federal expertise and we need the federal resources, because the scale of these storms are so massive. To eliminate FEMA would be a man-made disaster when we need FEMA to respond to natural disasters.
You wrote an editorial in USA Today. You said, as much as we need FEMA, you said, FEMA is broken as we brace for a new hurricane season. What do we need to fix it, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, there are things that FEMA can do differently and better. Anything can be improved. And the fact of the matter is that Congress has tied the hands of FEMA. For instance, when FEMA gives money to a homeowner whose house is destroyed, it can only go to the condition it was before. Then the homeowner has to wait for potentially over a year for HUD to give them money to raise the RAISE, raise the house outside the flood zone. And that may take a year or 2 years down the road. Let's have one payment from the federal government. It's cost effective to the taxpayer, and it gets homeowners back in their home more quickly.
You're a Democrat, a governor working with the GOP legislature in a state that went for Donald Trump in 2024. How do you how do you work together? How do you work that out?
I was elected by the people of North Carolina, and I represent the people of North Carolina. It's not representing Democrats or Republicans, it's representing people. And there are real... On a lot of issues, there's real partisan differences. I know it. I experience it regularly. But most of the core issues that matter, whether it's helping Western North Carolina recover, or making sure that our neighborhoods are safe for our kids to go outside and play, or that the healthcare system works, or we have a good public school system, or good jobs where people can get good pay and a career path. These are not red issues or blue issues, they're North Carolina issues.
A lot of governors around the United States. A lot of governors around the United States are worried about what this quote-unquote big, beautiful bill is going to do to state budgets, especially Medicaid. How's that's going to affect the ability to provide services to the people in your state that need it. Mike Johnson, the Speaker, and the Director of the Office of Management and Budget, Russ Vaught, have said no one is going to lose their Medicaid. Is that something you would describe with the word true?
Untrue.
Untrue.
I would use true, but I would add un in front of it.
Okay. So now, is it debatable, or will people undoubtedly lose their
Look, they're talking about cutting
coverage?
$700 billion out of Medicaid. You cannot take that kind of money out of the system without people losing coverage. North Carolina had not expanded Medicaid for a long time, and folks worked really hard. I want to tip my hat to former Governor Roy Cooper. He helped lead this effort. Democrats and Republicans together in North Carolina on a bipartisan basis expanded Medicaid 2 years ago. There are 659,000 North Carolinians, our neighbors, who have health insurance today who did not just 2 years ago. There is no question that if this bill, it's a bad bill, it's an ugly bill, if it goes forward as it's written, hundreds of thousands of North Carolinians will lose their health insurance.
What can you as a governor, or what can the people of North Carolina or any state do in the face of this? It's already passed the House.
The House.
Where does it stand? Do you
call your senators?
Call your senators.
And I've done that. And I urge all of you, call your United States senators, because it takes 2 houses to pass a law in the U.S. Congress. I have confidence that the Senate will be better. I don't know how much better. But we cannot accept taking away health insurance from people just because they're poor. It makes no sense.
Governor, thanks so much for being here. Good to see you. Governor Josh Stein of North Carolina, everybody. We'll be right back.